So today we are here with a cricketer who has not just lifted the World Cup recently, but she has indeed lifted the spirit of an entire nation. Her presence just lightens up any dressing room she steps into, and her smile is pure joy and a symbol of joy in the world of cricket. We are joined with Jemimah Rodrigues here. Thank you. It's an absolute delight to have you here.
Thank you,
Jemmy.
Ananya. That's such a sweet introduction. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll start with how has life been lately, after lifting the World Cup and then you led as a captain the Delhi Capitals, leading them to the finals. Have you had time to rest, to reset?
A little bit, I could say. Just immediately after the World Cup, none of us had time. I think for an entire month, there was either something or the other. And I remember we finished the World Cup, we went to meet our president, our PM, and then the next day itself, I flew to Australia to play the Big Bash. But yeah, after that, there have been so many commitments, and yeah, our life changing, it's drastically changed. And we know that what a major impact this World Cup has had, especially to bring women's cricket to the level it is now, and the kind of love and support we are getting. I think it's beyond what we've ever imagined. We always thought that one day it would reach there, but we didn't think so soon. And I mean, it's great to be the kind of recognition all the girls are getting is awesome.
That's very great to hear that. Let's talk about why you're here, your partnership with Red Bull. If you could talk about your association with Red Bull and how is this partnership different?
So I remember one of the coolest things that's happened was just before the World Cup, I signed with Red Bull, and things have been a lot different after that. So kind of say Red Bull has come in as a blessing in that way. But at the same time, why I really love Red Bull is because they always do cool stuff. And I feel I enjoy doing those things. It's very different to the usual brands, and this brand is more about a relationship with their athletes. It's more about building that relationship, and it suits my personality, I feel, and that's why I'm so excited for anything about Red Bull. I really look forward to it, and I'm excited.
Great too. Jemmy, you recently went for the Naman Awards, BCCI Naman Awards. You looked absolutely stunning
Thank
over
you.
there.
Call me Alia from now onwards, please.
Surely. So, going over there, sharing stage with some of the greatest cricketers, you yourself winning the World Cup, all the World Cup winning teams there, Harsha Bhogle was all praises for you. How was that moment like, after winning the World Cup, going there to the stage, and just describe your experience?
Yeah, I think that moment for me happened where till then it was because we've done quite a few Naman Awards before, but this one was different because when we were called as the World Cup winning team is going to come on the stage, we went on the stage. The entire room, there were a lot of people. They stood up, and nobody asked them to stand up, but they stood up out of respect and showing that how proud they are of us. And I think that moment I got a bit emotional, a bit overwhelmed that, oh wow. And all the greatest, you had Sunil Gavaskar, you had, all the greatest legends, even like the current players and the ex-cricketers who are such legends, they were a part of the room and everyone was standing. Dinah ma'am was also there and Sudha ma'am was there. So it was such a great moment for women's cricket to see such a moment happen.
Right. Adding on to that, how has the receptivity changed as women's cricket being received, and you when you walk out now after once you've won the World Cup, how has people's how are they receiving? How have they been receptive?
Oh, I think people have been just showing so much love, and I know it's been quite a few months from the World Cup that has happened, but every time I go and meet someone, they're always like, oh, the way you guys played in the World Cup, oh, that semi-finals knock. So it's so nice to see that it's still so fresh in people's mind, and yeah, they're never going to let us forget. Neither will they forget, and I think that's very special for us.
Right. And do you think this is truly the golden era for Indian cricket? With the Women's World Cup, the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup, Men's Champions Trophy, Men's T20 World Cup, Men's Under-19 World Cup, the list goes on and on. So do you think this is the golden era? And the Men's recently T20 World Cup, did you have a chance to watch that? What did you think about it? And the golden era, if you could just...
No, I think it is the golden era for Indian cricket overall. And yeah, it's so exciting to see. I think this is the first time ever we've had 5 world championships, and that is massive, a big statement, and that just shows... what BCCI has been doing, the amount of efforts with the IPL, the WPL coming up, and even the under 19 girls getting the exposure that they're getting. And I think for me, that's been massive to see, and just to see the growth, it's only going to get better from here.
Right. Can we expect to double this year with the Women's T20 World Cup? How are preparations shaping up for that? How are you mentally prepping up for
Well,
that?
that's the plan. I mean, we got a 50 over one, now it's time to get the T21. Really looking forward to it, working as hard as possible, because we know now the responsibility is a lot greater, the expectations a lot more, and at the same time, a team is going to just push and get better.
Right. You are someone who's always been so cheerful on the field, always smiling. Of course, we've also seen how sincere you are while on the field, but your energy is charming, it's infectious. So, but let's talk about the bad days. How is Jemmy on bad days when you just want to hide, when you just don't want to speak to anyone? How are those days like? How do you cope up with
Oh,
that?
Jemmy is extremely low on those days. A lot of times, because of the sport, you're not able to show it to a lot of people. So a lot of times there are days where even I kind of have to fake it when I go outside. But I think Jemmy has high highs and low lows. I think if I could define it as that days. But it's also those days that have also made Jemmy what she is. To ride the highs and lows is something that I am starting to accept. Like before that, I was like, no, this cannot happen. But then there are days where things just don't go your way. Rather than faking it, I've just accepted, okay, I'm feeling low, let me feel those emotions, because till I don't feel it, and if I keep suppressing it, it will always be there. But then I just feel it and process it. That's when I'm able to come out of it also, and then be the happy Jemmy I am. So maybe some days it would be just calling a friend and letting it out, or talking to my mom. Or some days it's just going out on a walk and listening to good music and just processing whatever I'm feeling, the emotions, because I feel God gave you emotions for a reason. So you cannot always fake it and be happy. That's inhuman. And if someone's that, then they are faking it. But you got to feel what you feel, and I think that's the beauty of emotions. You know, how much I don't like it, but it's a nice journey, and in that journey you get to know yourself a lot more.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're tired of speaking of that knock in your semi-final, with that generational semi-final knock. If you could revisit us to that, and performing that kind of a knock in front of a full packed DY Patil Stadium, that was a match that was needed to reach the finals, and then of course ending to win the World Cup. But if you could take us back, what were you feeling? How was that feeling, performing in front of a packed crowd at DY?
To be honest, I've heard it with a lot of players, and a player goes in a zen mode sometimes, and I can't tell you how to manufacture that zone or how to get into that zone. It's just that sometimes the occasion is so big, the match is so important, that automatically you just get into a zen mode where everything else just starts to get blurred, and you just are so focused on how do you want to just win this match for the team. And I think that was one of those moments that I experienced, because to be honest, till the last ball was hit and that Aman hit that 4, I was just in a blank space. And I also don't know how that happened, but I think it was just because all I was thinking about is how can India win this game? I need to make India win this game. We need to do it together. And I think that's the highest state, the highest mindset anyone can have as a player, and any sports person will agree. So I think that was one of those moments for me. And then I was still very calm. So usually when you know that you have a few balls to spare and you're going to win this match, I kind of plan out, I'll jump, plan my celebration and stuff. But that was one thing, till the last ball, I had not planned anything. But the moment Amar hit that 4, and that feeling just came, okay, we won a semi-finals against an 8-time champion, world champion team, Australia. I think I couldn't control myself but cry. And it was also a build-up of everything I went through. All the ups. And I think in that 1 month, I've experienced my entire life. A lot of times you get this journey where it's in a long span of, like in a year, you experience the highs, the lows. But for me, it was that 1 month itself that I experienced all the emotions possible. And I think that's why those emotions just came out, because a lot was inside me.
You were very brave, even after the semi-finals, you spoke about your mental health, how you were dealing with a lot of things and you just came out in form. What helped you push through all those internal battles that you were fighting through the semi-final?
See, I cannot go without saying this, but the biggest thing that helped me was my faith. My faith in Jesus, because, sometimes there are things that just out of your control that you cannot do anything. But when you just realize there's someone greater who's watching over you, that even when things get bad, you still have a hope. because you know there's someone greater who's planned everything and will work everything together for good. So I think that was the biggest thing, that even on my bad days, no matter what I felt, deep inside my heart, there was a peace and a hope that things will change, things will get better, just hang in there. And the second thing would be my circle. I mean, my closest people, which is my family and 2-3 of my friends. I don't think I would have been able to do it without them. And a lot of credit goes for them, because for them to just be there for me meant the world. So my dad's my coach. For him to sacrifice so much to get me to there, then also to see his daughter, because he was very aware of what I was going through. He also went through it with me. My mom, who's so emotional as I am, she went through it with me. So it was like, you know, family, we went through it together, but we also saw the victory together. And I was so grateful to God that they were present at the DY party to see such a match, or such a World Cup where India lift the World Cup for the first time. And that was very special for me.
Right. Let's talk about WPL. Your experience, captaining the team, and Delhi Capitals has been very consistent, reaching the finals for the 4th time. If you
have the solution, tell me. Don't ask me how are you going to win. I don't know. If you have the solution, you give it to me.
Okay, so we want to know your experience about captaining the team, and overall about WPL. How has that format helped women's cricket?
Yeah, I think it was a very different experience. I would say that this time was a lot more grown-up Jemmy to what Jemmy has been in the 3 years, because of the responsibility. But at the same time, I was very sure that I wouldn't change who I am just because I've been a captain. I'm still that bubbly, that cheerful person on the field. It's just that a little of my dance moves went aside because there was so much to handle, like the next bowler coming in, the field placements and stuff like that. So a lot more busier in that. And not been able to go to the boundary line. So, but apart from that, I think DC has been such a great team for me, a family for me, where even our coach Jonathan Batty and we had Crampo, who was our psychologist. They both together helped me figure out a lot of stuff, made life easy for me as a captain. And then it's always the players that make a captain look really good. So I think a lot of credit goes to them also, and for just accepting me as a captain, and you know, us all working together as a team. I think that was really special. And yeah, again, there was so much I learned, and so much helped me to develop my own game, my own mindset, my own the personality I am in a way that in the ups and downs, a captain has to be neutral.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't go high when things go well. You can't go low when things go bad. You have to find that balance. And I think this was one of the best situations for me to learn that. And that is going to help me a lot more just as a player also in the Indian team.
Right, absolutely. If you could tell us, apart from everything that you've been talking about, what are those things that Jemmy wants to achieve at the end of her career? Once this all happens, how do you see yourself there?
I think, yes, I want to win many more World Cups for India, score a lot more runs, take amazing catches, and maybe even bowl and take few wickets. But how I want to be remembered is someone who added value in a person's life or person's life. And that will be the biggest achievement for me, because I feel my purpose on this earth is a lot more than just myself. Yes, I'm happy chasing my dreams, but I think what makes me happy if I can help someone else chase their dreams and go out there and win. Be for them when they are at their lowest, and believe in them when nobody does. I think that is something that will give me the most amount of satisfaction in life, and I feel like, okay, I've fulfilled my purpose, even if that's one person. So
right. Lastly, you are here, and we can't not ask you about Smriti Mandhana, your bond with her. How is that like? Is it a lot of teasing, a lot of leg pulling? How is that? Because on screen it looks like a very pure bond, just a warmth and affection.
No, it's a very pure bond, and it's more like, you know, how sisters have a bond. It's very similar, where you get a mix of everything. You get musty, you get me both pulling each other's legs, troubling each other, but we both are also there for each other when we need it the most. And she's like kind of taken care of me like an elder sister. बहुत भाव दिया उसको यार अभी. So, but yeah, she's taken care of me like an elder sister, and it's nice to find that comfort, and especially in such a sport where you're always away from family, it's nice to find that kind of a bond in a cricket team where you're traveling throughout the year together. So I think I'm very blessed for that.
What will be your message to young girls who want to take up the sport, and do you think it has increased sort of bit after you all lifted the World Cup, and how would you encourage more girls to step into the sport?
You asked 3 questions at once. Okay, I'll try and answer all of them. yeah, I think it's changed a lot after the World Cup, and that's hats off to our team, especially for winning here. We know, and especially being in India, made a massive impact. Because there were so many kids who came, and not just girls, even boys, younger boys coming, knowing women cricketers. I think it's a huge deal. And yeah, it's changed a lot, and we'll not understand now. We've already seen so much change, but this is going to cause such a big effect to how women's cricket in India is going to take off and take forth. So I think, yeah, this could be the turning point. The 2017 was one of the major turning points, and this would be the other major turning point in women's cricket. And my only message to them would be, do whatever you do with all your heart. I mean, because, to do what you love is a blessing. Not many get it. And if you're getting to do it with all your heart, because you'll get to do it for a short period of time. That's how long your career lasts. But if you do it with all your heart, at the end of your career, more than anything else, you'll just be happy and satisfied. Yes, I gave it my all and now I'm walking off. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jemmy, for
Thank you.
your honesty and the champion spirit that you bring to this conversation. This was Jemimah Rodrigues. Indians will celebrate her not only for the World Cup that she's just lifted for the country, but for the absolute warmth and the joy that she radiates every time she steps onto the field as well. Indians love her and they want to see more of the laurels that she continues to bring for the country. This is Ananya Gupta with VJ Rajesh and VJ Prakash.